Hey guys, DJ here, and welcome to Merch Monday. Today we're talking about what a deck box is and why it's important for your cards. So, what is a deck box? A deck box is a box that you use in order to protect your cards. Generally, it's known as a deck box because people put their decks in them, such as Pokemon decks, Yu-Gi-Oh decks, Magic decks. Depending on what game you play, it will be a different deck, obviously. When you look at a deck box, what the differences between the deck boxes and why they're more expensive are actually determined just like sleeves. If you haven't seen my other video, I'll put them in the description below, because sleeves and deck boxes generally are two of the most important things that you need for your cards. Deck boxes are used so that this way you can bring your cards around from place to place without actually having to leave them loose in your bag or constantly having to put them in your binder and then take them out. Now, this right here is a Commander deck box. Now, its price, as you can see, is $30. $30 is extremely expensive for a deck box. However, the reason why it is so expensive is because it's a really good deck box. It has the ability to hold two Commander decks, so two 100 card decks, fully sleeved. It also has the ability, as I said, 200 card decks in order to hold two regular decks, such as a 60 card deck plus its 15 card sideboard in either side, fully sleeved. Now, why would you invest in a more expensive deck box when you can get a cheaper one, such as, let's say, a $5 or $4 deck box, one of the little plastic ones? Now, the difference between one of those deck boxes and one of these deck boxes is the quality of the actual deck box, what was put into actually making it. So if you look at the plastic ones, it's just plastic that you throw over your cards. It's essentially like taking a plastic box and just throwing your cards in them and putting it on the side. Now, I'm not saying that those deck boxes are bad. However, if you're just going to be using it for carrying around cards, that's fine. But if you actually have a lot of cards that are extremely expensive, let's say from Magic Black Lotus, for example, one of the most expensive cards in the game, it is very important to have those cards protected with sleeves and also with a deck box and or in a binder if you're not using it for in your deck box. Let's say you have a plastic deck box. Because it is made of plastic, it will have the same issues with plastic. It'll warp to heat. It will scrape off the different kinds of paint that's on it eventually if you just keep throwing it in your bag. It'll have all the issues that plastic will have. Whereas if you buy one of the more expensive deck boxes, it's made so this way it gets around that. You have your magnetic sheet in this deck box, which actually prevents it from opening. At the same time, the inside of the deck box is lined. Because it's lined, it's actually really well made for the sleeves, so this way your sleeves don't get damaged as well. In a plastic deck box, if it's a little too big, your cards will bang around, your sleeves may get damaged as you're moving it around, it may scrape against the plastic. Like I said, for cheaper sleeves, cheaper cards, it doesn't really matter. But if you do have more expensive cards, it is a lot better to invest in a better quality deck box. Now, I said there's the lower kind of deck box, which is the cheaper deck boxes, which you'll usually find them as plastic deck boxes. They range from anywhere from $3 to, let's say, $10, depending on the actual deck box, what it looks like, and what art is on it. As you know, copyright. If you want something that looks cool with an anime character on it, it'll obviously be more expensive. For actual investment purposes, like I said, you'd want to look for one of the more expensive deck boxes. If you're looking for something to just kind of carry around with you, my suggestion would be one of the cheaper deck boxes. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.